Hey Nash, what should we make?
Well, Tim, it's almost Cinco de Mayo. Why don't you make some tacos and some Mexican street corn?
All right, let's make a Cinco de Mayo feast. Some chicken al pastor tacos and some Mexican street corn. 2 ways. Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner, so today we're going to make a Cinco de Mayo feast. And look, this is going to be good for Cinco de Mayo. It's also good all summer long, anytime it's a grilling season. I'll be honest, this is good all year round. So first we're going to start off with a taco that's inspired by this restaurant out in California. There's a bunch of them all over California called Puesto. It's going to be a chicken al pastor taco, so it's going to be that same al pastor marinade that we used for our pork al pastor. We're also going to do Mexican street corn 2 ways. So without further ado, let's go. So the first step in our marinade is we got our dried peppers. So we have a few guajillos, an ancho, and a few chiles de árbol. So all we're gonna do is cut the tops off and then cut them open and get rid of the seeds. So we get rid of all our tops and all our seeds. Now we're gonna put all these into our blender bottle. We're gonna pour some boiling hot water over these guys. And then we're gonna put a top on this, set it aside for 15 minutes until the peppers are rehydrated. Once your peppers are rehydrated, go ahead and drain them off. And then to this, we are going to add about 1/2 brick of achiote paste. It comes in a little square thing. Just use half, or 2.5 ounces, I think it is. 6 cloves of garlic, tablespoon of Mexican oregano, tablespoon of cumin, tablespoon of brown sugar, teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a few of these chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. This was about 1/2 can I had left over, so. A cup of pineapple juice, or you could do half pineapple juice, half orange juice. This is half and half. Now we put a lid on this guy, and we blend until smooth. Now we're gonna put aside a little bit of our marinade for basting. And I have about 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, put in Ziploc bag. Then I'm just gonna add this marinade. Now we're gonna just get all the air out. Mix this up so every little piece is covered. And throw that in the fridge and let it marinate for, at least 20 minutes. A few hours would be better. Overnight would be best. So that's how we're gonna make Mexican street corn 2 ways. The first way we're gonna do it is on the cob, on the grill, which would technically be called elote. And if it's off the cob, it's more like a Mexican street corn salad. I believe that's called Esquites. First with the elote, to a bowl, we have about 1/3 cup of mayo. And now we're gonna just zest a lime. Now the idea is just to get the green part. We don't want that pithy white part underneath. And to this we add the juice of a lime. And we mix. Now it's time to take our corn out to the grill. On a super hot grill, we're gonna go ahead and throw our corn on. We're looking for the corn to cook, and you could do this in the husk or out of the husk. I like out of the husk because then it gets a little bit of color, which I like. When your corn is cooked and charred to your liking, you can go ahead and pull it and bring it inside. Once our corn is all cooked, we can go ahead and brush it with that sauce we made. And then we take some crumbled cotija cheese. Just take these guys, give them a nice coat. And fine chop some cilantro. And we're gonna take our corn, just hit it with a pinch of salt. Some chili powder. And a little bit of cilantro. And there we have our elote, or Mexican street corn on the cob. Now for our esquites, or corn off the cob Mexican street corn, we're gonna take a pan, turn it on to high heat. We're gonna melt about 1/2 stick of butter. Now we're gonna pour in about 32 ounces of corn. You can use frozen corn, fresh corn, canned corn would probably be fine. We're just gonna cook these guys until they cook through and get a little bit of color. I'm gonna throw in about 2 diced jalapenos. Make a little landing spot. Put in a few cloves of crushed or minced garlic. Wait till that gets fragrant, about 45 seconds, and then we just stir that in. Once our corn has a little bit of color, we can kill the heat and transfer the corn to another bowl. With our corn transferred to another bowl, we're gonna take the rest of this mixture that we made for the sauce for the corn on the cob, dump that in there, mix that all up. And we're gonna add our cheese. You can set aside some cheese just to sprinkle on top for garnish. And we're gonna add some of our chili powder. And a little bit of cayenne. Throw in some cilantro as well. Then we're gonna set this aside, let it cool. With our sides done, time to get back to the tacos. So we got our meat. I took it out of the marinade, patted it off a little bit. You don't need to get it all the way clean. We just didn't want all that extra moisture from the marinade. So let's take this out to the grill and let's get this meat all grilled up. All right, we got our grill set up for 2-zone cooking. Go ahead and throw these guys on. We held back a little bit of the sauce so we can baste. When your chicken gets up to about 175, you can pull it. And with our chicken cooked, we can go ahead and slice this guy up. Now I got one of these cool little taco holders, so I believe that this can be baked. So we're just gonna sort of put some of our meat in there and top it with some cheese. And then we're gonna throw this in the broiler for about 5 minutes until the cheese melts. Now, once the cheese is melted, I'm just gonna go over this with a little bit of that reserve sauce, a little bit of salsa. Sprinkle this cotija cheese. And a little bit of cilantro. And here we have our Cinco de Mayo feast. Mexican street corn, chicken al pastor tacos. Time for a bite. First, I guess let's go for this Esquites. Cheers. It's Mexican street corn salad. It's freaking delicious. It's got the tang, the acid from the lime, the creaminess from the mayo, the kick from the chili, plus corn is delicious. I mean, I guess if you don't like corn, it's not the dish for you, but so good. Let's go for the elote. I'm sure this is gonna be messy, but cheers. Again, so good. I mean, same flavors. It's the same thing. It's just on the cob. So both amazing. Highly recommend. Super easy to make. Either way, tastes delicious. So pick your poison and run with it. And lastly, let's try one of these tacos. Cheers. The chicken's got a little crisp on the outside, and that's how I like it, but still super juicy and tender on the inside. That marinade is kind of the perfect mixture of sweet and heat. It's got just enough spice with a little bit of that extra sauce. The melted cheese kind of makes it almost like a quesadilla taco thing, but so good and so easy. Go out and make this. Let's see what Nash thinks. Come here, bud. Oh, we're going over there. Okay, here you go, bud. Look at this. Was that good? You want the other half of your taco? You got some ideas if you needed some ideas for Cinco de Mayo, but this, like I said, this was good all summer long, honestly all year long, but I think this is kind of the perfect summer kind of Mexican food spin. You got the corn both ways and the chicken al pastor. I don't know if it's traditional, I don't think it is, but it's amazing. So go ahead and make it. Enjoy your Cinco de Mayo, have fun, be safe. Thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind taking a minute to, actually more like a second, like, subscribe, share the show. I'd really appreciate it. If you want notifications every time we drop a new video, go hit that notification bell. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, just go ahead and drop that in the comments and we'll make it. With that being said, just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now. Until next time, peace.